Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream once again. A lot of stuff to talk about today. As you guys can see, got the title "Worst Day Ever" because it was an awful day, guys. Just an awful day. And give me 1 second, and I will tell you everything that happened today. It was an extremely long day. Hold on 1 second. So it's been an extremely long day, guys, and I'm gonna get to everything. I'm gonna explain why it's just like the worst day. Is it the worst day ever? No, I had worse days. I lost people. My father-in-law passed away. Of course, that's a worse day than today. But today was a pretty bad day. I see I already got a super chat from 20 Jackson. He said, "I don't know what's wrong, but I hope you feel better." I'm gonna get to that in a second. But before I go into the topic and talk about what exactly. Okay, I'm live for how long? Who knows? Uh, this thing's been crashing all the time. I don't know, but anyway, um, if it crashes, don't worry. I'll restart it up. I'm not going anywhere. Uh, I do have a beer with me. But okay. So before I get into the whole what the big worst day thing ever was, yesterday when I went to end stream, someone threw a last second super chat and I didn't get an answer. So I want to talk about that answer today, just so I make sure everybody who does donate using super chat, I can actually cover what they say. So this person wrote. G92 wrote, Natalie Dormer was in the first Captain America as the chick flirting with him. Yeah, because I mentioned I wanted Natalie Dormer to possibly play a character like female Thor or something. I forgot who I said I wanted her to play, but yeah, I already know Natalie Dormer was already in the MCU. She had a cameo in the first Captain America movie, but it's such a small cameo that only a few people actually recognize it. So I believe that they can go ahead and recast her as someone else, and people wouldn't really notice all that much. So I don't think it's a big deal. I definitely think that they can bring her back in. That's who I wanted to play Captain Marvel, if I'm going to be honest. But I definitely think. All right, I changed the settings. Hopefully this works. I don't know what the hell is going on. It's my Wi-Fi. For some reason, it keeps on crashing in this room. Like some days it doesn't, some days it does. I don't know what the hell is going on, and I constantly lose viewers when that happens. And I don't know if it does it again. I'm gonna get rid of the whole chat on the screen, because for some reason, ever since I've done that, it's been crashing like crazy. So if it does it again, I'm gonna get rid of that, because I think that might have. I'm just not getting no internet signal in here. Just not getting no internet signal. Who knows? Who knows how it's gonna go? Who knows how it's gonna go? I need to get a long Ethernet cable. This is really messing me up today too. But yeah, it's really messing me up today. So who knows? I'm afraid to start talking because I'm afraid this thing's gonna crash again. I don't know what's wrong with it. I honestly don't. Um, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna drop this too. I'm gonna drop this window. I'm not even gonna use that window. So this is what we're gonna do. So there's nothing going on but just the stream. Nothing else going on. So I got the chat in front of me, and yeah. So nothing else going on, and I'll follow it like this. So get a Wi-Fi extender. I don't think that's the problem, but who knows at this point, right? Like who knows? But as I was saying, I wanted to get to that super chat, and like I said, I already know Natalie Dormer was in the MCU already. I understand that already, but thank you so much for your super chat. I seen another super chat come by, and it's from Where did it go? It was way early. 20 Jackson writes, I know what's wrong. Oh, I don't know what's wrong, but I hope you feel better. Okay, so let me tell everybody what's wrong, what's going on here. So yesterday I talked about how my car kind of crapped out on me on Saturday. Like it just shakes and spits and sputters, and it's almost like there's something wrong with the spark plug. So I take it to the shop, and I went to the guy my dad used to work for. So my dad came with me. My dad was going to be paying for it because I'm broke, you know. And we get there at 7:30 in the morning. And I mean, they're doing everything. They're changing the spark plug. They're doing everything. We go for a test drive. It starts going good, and pop. It starts doing it again, right? So my dad, it's like around 11:30. My dad goes out. He's like, I'm gonna go for lunch, right? He's like, you want anything? I'm like, no, I'm not eating today. I'm fasting because I'm on my diet. I already lost 20 pounds. I'm like, no, I don't want to go out. I'm like, I'm going to stay here. So as soon as my dad leaves, the owner of the shop comes in. He's like, you need to junk your car. There's no way to fix it. Your entire front end is going to drop. It's not safe for anybody to drive. Your struts are completely dead. Your computer's going out in your car. Your tire's about to burst at the seams. Your like the spark plugs, like everything. Like he starts naming like all this stuff wrong with it. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? I'm fixing to go to Megacon at like 11:30 tomorrow, right? Like I'm fixing to go to Megacon, right? And I'm freaking out. I'm like, what the hell am I going to do? I'm like, I already have my tickets bought, my hotel reserved. I'm like, what in the hell am I possibly going to do here? And, I'm freaking out. So I call my dad. I'm like, Dad, you need to come here. I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on. He's telling me I need to junk my whole car. Now, I just bought this car like 3-4 years ago. I paid $4,500 cash for it. I dipped in my 401k. Me and Autumn dipped in our 401k in order to get it. So my dad comes in, my dad talks to him, and my dad's like, look, he's not lying to you. My dad's a mechanic for 35 years. He was looking at everything. He's like, look, it's going to cost you about $5,000 if you're going to fix everything wrong with your car. It's cheaper just to get another car. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, I got a trip tomorrow. I'm like, I have to go to this trip. It's something I've been looking forward to for a long time. I go to Megacon every year. So the guy that owns the shop had 3 cars for sale, and I got to choose which car I wanted to get. My dad was going to put the down payment. He was going to put $1,000 down payment, and the guy was going to give me $225 for my car. So I'm like, well, shit, at this point, I need anything. So here's my car. Okay, let's try this again. So like I said, that I had to let it go. So I got to choose between 3 cars. So I ended up getting a 1997 Toyota Camry. Okay, a 1997 Toyota Camry. This thing is like, 23 years old, 22 years old. So here's the picture of the new car. That's my new car. And I'm just like, okay, it is what it is. It's not the best looking thing. It drives pretty well. And my dad gave him $1,000. Then I had to run to the insurance company, get the insurance transferred from that car to the other car. Then I had to go to the DMV, get my plates transferred from my car to this new car. And so I was just like, okay, it is what it is. So I get there. I get the car, I start driving, and I'm like, well, the first thing I want to do is go to the car wash. That's why this picture, I'm at a car wash. So I go get a car wash, right? And when the water starts coming, the water starts pouring in from the driver's door. Just starts pouring in because the seal around the driver's door is all ripped open. So I had to go to Discount Auto, get the seal, and I put the seal on it, right? Then while I'm driving to Discount Auto, the check engine light of this car comes on. So I call my dad. I'm like, Dad, the check engine light just came on. He's like, are you fucking serious? I'm like, yes. He's like, so you got to take it back to Gene tomorrow. I'm like, well, I can't take it to him tomorrow because I'm leaving to Orlando tomorrow to go to the Megacon. He's like, well, you can't drive for 4 days with the check engine light on because that's what happened to your other car. You went an entire year with the check engine light on. I was like, fine, I'll get up early and I'll go over there. And then, it is what it is. So I got to do that in the morning. And so I go to Discount Auto. I get the weather strips for the rim of the car. I come home. I'm absolutely tired. I've been up since like 6 o'clock this morning, dealing with all the stress, trying to figure out what am I going to do. Luckily for me, thanks to you guys and your super chat donations, that I have enough YouTube money in order to pay this car off. Once I owe my dad $1,000 and I owe this guy $1,500, so I owe $2,500. So one YouTube check is going to be going to the guy to pay off the car, and the other one's going to be going to my dad to pay off my dad, and then I'm going to start saving money in order to get a brand new car, because I'm not keeping this car, because like I said, water's coming in, check engine light's already on, there's no alarm on the car, there's no CD player in the car, one of the handles on the back door is broken, the other, it's like a mess, but it's enough to get me where I need to go right now, right? So I'm just kind of stressing out, and then I get home, and it's like around 6 o'clock at night. I'm pouring sweat. I'm trying to get this weather strip on, but the adhesive on the weather strip isn't sticking. So I come in the house to get super glue, and I pour super glue on it, and I'm trying to get the stick, and I super glue the fucking thing to my hand, right? Then as I'm super gluing this thing to my hand, and I'm trying to get it off, a car drives by and stops right in front of me in front of my apartment. And a guy rolls down the window. He's like, "Can I ask you a question?" I'm thinking he wants directions or something, right? I'm like, "Yeah, sure, what's up?" He's like, "Do you do YouTube?" I was like, "Fuck." I was like, yeah, I do YouTube." He's like, "Are you Robert Storms?" I was like, "Fuck." I was like, yeah, I'm Robert Storms. I'm like, "What's up? You all right?" Because I love when people recognize me and they come talk to me, but like I'm out there in like rags, like I have holes in my shirt, I have like these short shorts on, and I'm pouring sweat. I got my hand glued to my car, like I accidentally glued my hand to my car. I'm sitting there going, this is the most embarrassing shit in my life. This is worse than people recognizing me at my job. So I'm just sitting there like. I'm like, oh my God, like it's cool that someone near me in my apartment complex watches my YouTube channel. Like, it's flattering, it's awesome and everything. But and letting you guys know, I'm having streaming problems. So if that thing stalls and starts buffering, don't worry, I'm going to start it back up in a second, because that has been happening. So it's just been an awful day. I'm trying to figure out money things right now. I'm like, I got my YouTube check coming in on the 21st. I got to get a P.O. box, because I promised people I was getting a P.O. box. And then I got to give this guy $1,500. Now we settled on, I'll give him $300 every month. On the 22nd of every month, I'll give him $300 till the car's paid off. Me, I want to pay that shit off like right away. It's like, here's your money. I paid it off. Now I'm taking the rest of my money and I'm saving it to get a better car. One that's actually in the year 2000. And so I think that's a smart play on my part. So I'm worried about that. I'm worried about, well, is this car safe? Is this car dependable? I don't know much about this car. I only spent like 4 hours with this car. Is this car going to get me back and forth to work? Because my job gives two shits about call-ins. It's like, if you get a certain call-in, they don't care if you've been with the company 5 months, 5 years, 15 years, 20 years, you're gone. They're going to fire you. So I'm like, I can't lose my job. As much as I hate it, I can't lose my job because of this car. I'm like, I don't know what to do at this point. There are some good things sometimes. The little things in life make things worth living, I think. If she's watching, thanks, Alex. But I'm freaking out. I'm trying to figure this out. My dad pretty much, banks himself. Hold on one second, guys. So I'm freaking out all day, right? I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, what am I gonna do here? And so I'm trying to figure out, am I gonna save the money to get the car, or whatever? So I think I figured it out. Here's the biggest problem, right? Like I'm going to Megacon tomorrow. No, it didn't freeze again. Someone I'm dating texted me. Alex, the girl I'm dating, texted me, so I'm replying to her. It didn't freeze. You didn't see it buffer, and I'm just writing her back. But so I'm heading off to Megacon tomorrow. I got to get up. I'm worried about the check engine light. What I think happened was I think when the water came in on the driver's side, I think it affects some of the electronical stuff on the door. So I think that might be the thing. Who knows? Maybe I'll get up. It'll be dry, and I don't have to worry about the check engine light. Maybe. Let's hope. Let's pray. But so I'm worried about check engine light. Then I'm going to Megacon tomorrow, and then I got to worry like, well, do I want to buy the Spider-Man comic for my collection, or is the smart thing to do to save the money and in case something happens to the car or whatnot? I hate that. I hate doing that. What if I want to go? I want to have fun. Right? I want to be able to go there. I want to go up to Elias and say, hey, can you give me a custom art piece? And hold on one second, guys. So, with that said, I'm going to get done with the whole car thing so we can get on to some real topics today. But, yeah, I just kind of wanted you guys to kind of know what was going on with the car. I think I'm settled now, but who knows, man? Who knows? Well, I just want to get this chat popped up so I can get to you guys. Hold on one second. Take it off? No, it's going to cost you guys some money on the super chat for me to take it off. But yeah, so it was been a crazy day. So it's been a crazy day. So without that, let's get into some actual super chats, some questions, and let's stop talking about my horrible day. But I'm gonna forever miss this car. I love this car to death. This is my new car, so I'm just going to have to deal with it. Doshi comes in with a super chat. I'm worried that Game of Thrones writers doing Star Wars will get some backlash because of Season 8, and if Rian Johnson is directing, double backlash. Yeah, dude, I'm with you, man. I'm with you 100%. I'm just tired of hearing all of it. I really am. There's so much stuff going on in my life right now, and I'm just tired of dealing with this fans backlash bullshit. I'm tired of Game of Thrones, this is bad writing, blah blah blah. Like, look, if you don't like it, fine, you're entitled to your opinion. I don't think it's bad writing. This is what I think, and I think this is the worst thing about fandom, is that in Last Jedi, everybody had so much expectations of what was gonna happen. And the last season, I think so many people had so much expectations of what's going to happen. And I think when stuff doesn't happen like they think, they rebel against it. Hold on one second, guys. And it's something I'm just getting tired of with the whole fandom community, Doshi. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just tired of these fans always just like, this ain't good, and they backlash against it. I was checking out before I got on here in the stream that people are now signing a petition for them to reshoot season 8. Like, how much sense does that make? It's like, we're going to reshoot season 8. Like, the fucking jackasses that signed a petition for Last Jedi to redo Last Jedi or make Last Jedi not canon. It's like, you think these studios care about these big mouth bastards? You know, like the actual majority of people do not give a shit. Like the average person on the internet just doesn't care. You know, we got a super chat coming in from the Ultimate Gamer. I'll give it to you in 1 second, and special Ricky too. I'll give it to you guys in a second. But sorry for your bad day, man. It was awful. Hopefully it gets better this weekend. But the average person on the street does not care. Like they watch Game of Thrones and they like Game of Thrones. You get these loudmouth idiots that think that like they're privileged or whatever. I don't know, man. It's just like, you know, the internet is a platform, Doshi. The internet is a platform for a majority of fucking idiots. And what can I say? I mean, it is what it is, Doge. I love Season 8 so far. I love that we're finally getting the payoff. For anyone who thinks the twist, because people are complaining I'm doing Game of Thrones spoilers on the live stream. But if you guys didn't see that coming, that was like, I started rewatching Season 1 yesterday. You could see it in Season 1, they were building that up. So if you guys don't think that was built up, then I'm sorry, you weren't paying attention. As Ramsey once said, obviously you aren't paying attention. So let's go to the next super chat from the Ultimate Gamer. What's your biggest concern for Far From Home? You know what? Here, I don't have a bigger concern. I think today, maybe it was just the day I had today, but I came home, I'm like, I'm depressed, I'm going to put on some motherfucking Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I'm going to relax. And I said to myself, you know what? Because I seen my boy Compocast do a video about they pretty much confirmed that Zendaya is this version of MJ. Whether you like it or not, this is MJ. And you know what? I thought for a second, I was like, you know what? I don't give a shit no more. I'm tired of bitching. This is MJ, fine. This is MJ. I don't give a fuck no more. Okay? You know why I don't give a fuck no more? Because I got Amazing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 2. I have the 90s cartoon. I have Spectacular Spider-Man. I have 800 and something Amazing Spider-Man comics. I don't need to give a shit about Far From Home. Okay, you want to make her fucking Mary Jane? Fine. Make her Mary fucking Jane. You know, take a fucking broomstick, break it in half, shove it up your ass. I don't give a shit at this point. Zendaya's Mary Jane. I don't care. Ned Lee's Genki. I don't care no more. I think I finally snapped where I just don't give a shit no more. I do not give a fuck about a fucking movie no more. Okay? I'm going to go watch it. They tell me the story. I do not give a shit no more. And that's the way I'm going to look at it. So my biggest concern is they can't fuck it up any more than they already have. They obviously cannot. My biggest concern, if you want me to give you an actual answer, Ultimate Gamer, my biggest concern is they introduce Gwen Stacy and fuck her up just like they fucked everybody else up. So thank you so much for the super chat. I got more coming in, so let me get down here to it. Ricky D writes, I don't have much, but here to a new car, my friend. Thank you so much. Hey, look, I didn't tell that story so you guys can start sending me super chats or whatnot. I mean, I appreciate the super chats, but, you know, hey, if worst comes to worst, if I told my father today, if worst comes to absolutely fucking worst, I will sell my Amazing Spider-Man #1. Okay, I can get about $2,000 for that. It's something I don't want to do, but if worst comes to worst, I will sell my Amazing Spider-Man #1. So that's like a last resort sort of thing. But thank you so much for your donation, Ricky D. I appreciate that. Once again, I didn't tell this story to guilt anybody in throwing super chats. You know, I do super chats so I can discuss with you guys and, you know, use that money to build the channel and whatnot. But I'm still going to get the P.O. Box. I promised too many people about the P.O. Box, so I'm still going to get the P.O. Box. So that's definitely going to happen. Because I see my buddy Cody Leach, he did some mail openings, and I'm like, I definitely want to do that. I want to do some fan mail openings on the channel. And like I said, many of you guys wanted me to get a P.O. Box, so that's definitely going to happen. The new car thing will be fine. Like, if This car, I'm sure it'll be fine. I heard Toyota Camrys are good cars. So as long as I take it easy and I don't go to Orlando every fucking weekend and travel like 400 or 500 miles on one day, I should be fine. But I just gotta take it. But I just gotta take it easy with the car, and then go and get a modern car. Get a modern car. I'll save like $5-6 grand up and just go and drop $5-6 grand. Autumn's gonna be talking to her mom tomorrow because she's thinking about selling her car. She's got a much modern car, so maybe if I give her like $4,000 or $5,000 and make payments, it'll work out. My major concern is getting to work. As much as I hate that place is my source of income. So as long as I get to work, I'm good. So that's my major concern. But thank you, Ricky D, for the super chat, my friend. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much for the support. I seen another one. Oh, my homeboy here, DC Big. Oh, so yeah, coming in with super chat. I just received word that Kevin Feige is on Reddit and he'll be teasing a crap load of stuff. Your thoughts? Is that true? Is that true? Why would Kevin Feige be on Reddit? Why would Kevin Feige be on Reddit? Can someone please explain that to me? Because I don't think Kevin Feige would be on Reddit. But I don't know who sent it to me about the Beta Ray Bill thing. I looked into that, and you guys are absolutely right. Beta Ray Bill is rumored to be in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So, DC, do me a favor, send me a link on Twitter. I'll take a look at it. Maybe I can do a video real quick before I leave for Orlando tomorrow, and I'll talk about that. But I don't see Kevin Feige being on Reddit. Kevin Feige is above Reddit. This is the guy who rented out an entire complex to introduce Phase 3. So why would he go on Reddit teasing things? I don't buy it, man. But thank you so much, DC. Appreciate it, buddy. As always, you are my home bro. My brother from another mother. I see Chris is on here. What's up, Chris, man? Yeah, watch Amazing Spider-Man. When I'm down in the dumps, Amazing Spider-Man 2, man. I just look at how Gwen dies, and I look at Andrew Garfield. I'm like, well, at least I don't have it as bad as that guy. Yeah. So Julio Rodriguez comes in with a super chat. Oh, and I got another one from Gas Graphics here. I didn't realize I had so many super chats popping up. Hey, Rob, I can't wait to see the final season of Arrow. I think you will be satisfied with it. Well, like I said, with the CW shows, I'm usually a year behind. And that's because I don't like how they do the seasons. Like, you'll get 4 weeks, and then they'll break it up for 2 weeks, and then they'll come back with a couple episodes, and then they'll break it up for like a month, then they'll come back, and then they'll go on like a 2-month break, and then they'll come back. I'm like, man, I need to watch that thing constant. I remember last year a lot of people were talking about like Arrow wasn't good last season, and I binged it. I was like, this is fucking amazing. It was like, finally, like, there's this villain that is basically challenging Oliver the entire time. UTR sent a super chat. I missed it. Oh, I did. UTR Live sent a super chat. Oh, buddy, I'll get with you in a second, my friend. Thank you, Chris. That's why I need 2 people, man. That's why I need 2 people. But I thought Flash was excellent last year. I thought Supergirl was the best season we had last year. I thought Arrow was fantastic because when you binge it, if you get to a crappy episode, like I remember I was watching, I'm like, man, these first 6 episodes of Arrow fucking suck. It's the same goddamn shit. And then when they started introducing that new villain and shit, and he started manipulating everybody, I was like, oh, this shit is legit. And then I was like, oh man, I really, really love this season. So I'm very much looking forward once the seasons are over with and they drop on Netflix to binge all of them again, because I just think that's the best way to watch. Because if you get a crappy episode, you can just get to the next episode and it's perfect like that. So let me get to thank you so much, Julio Rodriguez, and I'm looking forward to it, especially with next season is only gonna be 10 episodes. I feel when seasons are condensed, the fewer episodes, you get better content. When like 22 episodes is way too long for a season. But thank you so much, Julio. Let's go back up to UTR Live. Do the Odin. We got a big super chat coming in. Hold on, guys. I'll get to everybody. No problem. I'll do it. Here we go. Hey guys. It's time for another Odin. Or how's it go? Like, hey guys, it's Odin. It's like he's motorboat in the air. Odin. Like, dude, like I shouldn't be making fun of anybody right now because I don't need the bad karma, especially with the day I had. But just yeah, nah, man, nah. Like that guy. Everybody on that fucking channel sucks some donkey dicks, man. I bet you they just take turns sucking the biggest giant fucking donkey dick they can find. Like Jeremy's probably like, let me show you how to do it. Hey guys, Jeremy here, back with another video. And then Odin, and meanwhile, while Jeremy's sucking the fucking donkey dick, you have Odin going over there. I'm Odin, and Donkey's like, I don't give a fuck, suck my dick. But yeah, thank you, RT Live, appreciate it. URT Live. We got 2 super chats coming in here. First one comes from my boy Gas Graphics. What's up, man? You ready for John Wick 3? I'm stoked. Well, John Wick 3 comes out tomorrow night. And like I said, I'm going to be in Orlando, so I'm probably not going to be able to catch it until Monday when I come back from the con. Look, I wasn't a big fan of the first or the second one. I think John Wick #1, the first John Wick, is probably one of the best action movies I've seen since like the 90s and 80s. It felt like a 90s and 80s action flick. You know, it's like what happens at the beginning of that movie, you're like, I want him to fucking kill everybody. You know, and then John Wick 2 was like, well, they kind of like, you know, and like I thought the third act kind of fell for me, and it was like, and the ending, I didn't like the ending at all. But with that said, I'm still very excited to go see the third one. I think it's gonna be a great, solid trilogy, and I definitely can't wait to see the third one. That's for sure. So, yeah, like I said, I wasn't a big fan of the second one. I liked it a lot, but I felt like it was a missed opportunity from the first one. I think the first one is spectacular. It's like, it's awesome. Like, I keep telling Chris, you got to watch John Wick. Chris, you got to watch John Wick. It was like, it's so good. The first one is so good. But I remember when I got done seeing it, I went and saw it in theaters, and I was telling everybody, you got to see John Wick, you know. And then John Wick 2 came out. I thought it was a missed opportunity. Usually the sequels aren't always as better than the first one. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the third one. But unfortunately, just kind of help moderate in here. But unfortunately, like I said, I have to catch it on Monday, which is kind of good because that means I'm not helping it compete against Endgame this weekend. We got Andre Michaels with a pretty big super chat here saying, don't really have a question, brother, but your content has kept me entertained for years. Hopefully all these super chats you can get makes a difference and makes your trip at Megacon better. Thank you so much, Andre. You said years, so that means you've probably been a subscriber of mine from way back when I had like 2,000, which I mean, I appreciate that so very much. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, these super chats aren't going to help my trip at Megacon because the way the YouTube money goes in, it's like the end of the month is on the 10th. So all the money I make through the end of the entire month gets calculated on the 10th, and it goes in. And then YouTube dishes out the checks. They deposit the checks on the 21st. So my money went in on the 10th. You know, so everybody super chats for last month, and all my video content came in on the 10th, and then Megacon is on the 16th, and the 21st is on Tuesday. So all that money I'm not going to get from Megacon. But it's kind of regardless at this point because, like I said, all that money is going straight into the new car to pay off the new car or the new used car. It's a 97 Toyota. It's not even that fucking it's not even really all that special. But hey, it drives. But Thank you so much for your support, Andre. Honestly, thank you for your support. But the super chats were definitely going to help out. Definitely going to help out because all this is going to be calculated in the next month, and then I'll be using that money to pay my father back for lending me $1,100 to put on the down payment for this car. So, yeah, thank you so much. Honestly, guys, I can't do this without you. I say that all the time. Hold on 1 second, guys. One second, guys. And yeah, so honestly, all your support is helping me build back into the channel. It allows me to get better equipment. Eventually, maybe when I get a new car and I'm good again, I can take an entire YouTube month and then go out and buy a really good computer so I don't have to worry about the thing crashing midway through my streams. So that's a hope, guys. That's a hope. My one day is that I will be doing a show like the John Campea show where I'll be sit here with Chris Goodman and Adam, and we'll be sitting here and we will be doing our shows together live, and it would be great, and I can quit my job and then I don't have to worry about a car to get back and forth to work. But thank you so much, Andre, for your super chat and all your support over the years. I believe I have another one coming in. Let me see if I can find it. Yes. Michael Baxton. Michael Baxton writes, ready for Godzilla King of Monsters? Yes. Yes, I am. Not a very big fan of the first one. Not a very big fan of the first one. I felt, Michael, I felt when Bryan Cranston's character died, that the movie died. It was like I was so invested in that movie when Bryan Cranston was in there, right? And then when Bryan Cranston died, I just felt like, oh my God. It was like the movie died. Like, I love Aaron Taylor Johnson. I think he's awesome as Kick-Ass, but I gotta tell you, man, that movie was a bore fest. It's like, oh my God, it's Godzilla. Hurry up, show the camera this way. It's like, and I love how people try to defend it. And like, well, they did that with Jaws. Two completely different things. One, they had to do that with Jaws because the goddamn shark wasn't working. And secondly, this is God-fucking-Zilla. Okay, there's no reason for you guys to move the camera away. There's no point in it. You're not building suspense. You are not building suspense at all. So the trailers for this one looks like they learned from that mistake, and it's gonna be straight on Godzilla, MonsterVerse monster. My homegirl Mothra is gonna be in it, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's definitely gonna be something I see on opening night, and I'm really looking forward to Godzilla King of Monsters. I believe it or not, I enjoyed the shit out of Kong Skull Island. Like, it's such a B movie. Like I would never go out and say, oh guys, this movie's fantastic, you gotta go see it. But like, I had a lot of fun with it, right? It was Kong killing some shit, right? And I'm like, I had fun with that because unlike Godzilla, and I much prefer Godzilla rather than King Kong. I'm talking about the actual monsters. So when we get Kong versus Godzilla, I would be rooting for Godzilla because I think Godzilla's badass. But I prefer the first Kong movie, Skull Island, over the first Godzilla movie because we got to see Kong do what Kong does. Kicks the motherfucking ass. Where Godzilla was like, oh, it's Godzilla. Hurry up, turn the cameras away. Show, like, it doesn't make any sense. And like, Bryan Cranston was so good in that movie. Bryan Cranston, like, his one line where he's like, they're gonna send us back to the Stone Age or Ice Age or something. Like, he was so good. And then it's like, oh, we killed him. I'm like, what? Are you serious? We killed him. And I know the Kong versus Godzilla movie is gonna be them fighting, and then eventually they're gonna have to team up to take out a bigger foe. That's how all team up like versus movies go. Other than, you know, Freddy vs. Jason, but we really don't talk that much about that movie. I mean, it's an okay movie. I have fun with it. Better than Jason X anyway. But definitely looking forward to Godzilla, King of Monsters. Really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with that. But I got Chris in here. You know what, Chris? I'm gonna make you a fucking moderator. There we go, Chris. You are an official moderator to my channel. So if you see anybody posting shit they shouldn't be posting, don't ban them. Don't ban anybody. I don't want no one to get banned. But if you think people are posting shit they shouldn't be posting, go ahead and put them in timeout. Do that, but don't ban anybody. You are the official moderator now. You and Nick are moderators, so I see you in there, moderating shit. So thank you very much on that. But yeah, guys, just really busy day today. Very, very stressful on me. And but hopefully everything goes well for the rest of the week. I'm somewhat packed. I got my Canon packed. I got my Spider-Man checklist packed. I got some clothes folded. I got my art portfolio over there. I need to fold down my tripod and get all that stuff ready, and I gotta finish doing laundry. But other than that, I'm ready to head to Megacon tomorrow. I gotta go check into the hotel around 2. Hoping to have a good weekend, man. I really am. I just want a nice, relaxing weekend, not having to worry about a goddamn thing. Right? Like, I want to go to Megacon. I plan on getting, like, a lot of cosplay photos. Like, because now I got, like, a legit good camera. I'm bringing both my lenses. I plan on getting, like, a bunch of cosplay photos. And I'm thinking about maybe on Monday or something. Well, I can't do it Monday because Monday is my box office videos. But maybe on Tuesday or something, I might do, like, top 10 greatest cosplay at Megacon, or top 10 hottest cosplay, or top 10 sexiest cosplay. And if that's something you guys think you would like, I would post something like that. But yeah, I just want to relax. I don't want to have to stress out about car or anything, man. But yeah, so if you guys are just joining the stream, we got over 100 people watching. Earlier today, I had to take my car to the shop, and they were like, look, man, your car is not worth fixing. It's going to cost about $5,000 to fix it. You need to pretty much just junk it. And then this is my baby. And then I had to say goodbye to her, and then I ended up getting this car from the guy at the shop. He had some cars for sale. This was $2,500, and yeah. So I don't plan on vlogging Megacon because I already have pictures, or not pictures. I already have videos pre-uploaded. So tomorrow's video I filmed last week. Friday and Saturday I filmed last week, and I have them uploaded for this weekend. So I'm not planning on doing any streaming or anything until I get back. But with that said, I am going to have my camera with me. If something comes up and I have to film something, I will film it. I'm also going to have my cell phone with me. So if I do get in the mood where I want to live stream, I can be able to live stream that way. So I will have opportunities to stream if I want to. But to be honest, I just kind of want to sit back and not have to worry about YouTube, not have to worry about cars, not have to worry about making bill payments, not have to worry about anything like that. So I just kind of want to sit back, relax, enjoy the weekend. So hopefully, but the first thing I got to do tomorrow, other than get up early and take my car back to the shop because of that check engine light, is I have to get my paycheck, go in, deposit that in the bank. Then I have to head out and check into the hotel. But when I get to the con, the very first thing I have to do is I got to go find a blank cover somewhere. I'm preferably a Spider-Man cover. I need to find a blank cover because one of my favorite artists, the artist who drew this, if you guys can't see, the artist who drew this, his name is Elias Chatchowzid or something. But I have a lot of his artwork up here. Last year at Megacon, I got him to autograph this for me, which is, if I can get it out, which is, he drew Belle, which Belle is my favorite Disney character. I'm a massive Belle fan, right? And he was there, and I got him to sign it, and I got him to do a custom cover of Black Cat for me, and that's in a frame out in the living room. But I want to see if I can find him, because I want him to do another custom piece for me. And I got to find a blank cover somewhere. Usually at the con, you can find blank covers everywhere because people always want people in Artist Alley to draw covers for them. But it's like, Robert, your shirt is sexy. It's a fucking gray shirt. Are you talking about my tits? I know, they're like size B. They're B cups, man. They're B cups. But I gotta find a blank cover, then I gotta go find him and have him draw something. And the sad thing about this weekend is I'm gonna be so stressed out about money. It's gonna be like, well, do I buy this Spider-Man or comic? Do I buy issue 151? I think I already own issue 151. I'm like, but do I buy issue 151? Like, I need to save my money for the car and stuff like this. So it's gonna be a give or take. I'm not gonna just go there and buy anything. Right, like usually at Megacon, I think this is a good thing, right? Because I had thousands upon thousands of comic books last year, and then when me and Autumn broke up, we sold most of our collection. We had a guy come in, he bought like 70% of our statues. He bought 75 to 80% of our comic books. He just bought everything, right? Like this, I posted on Facebook. This guy came in and he just wanted to buy everything. So I sold, like, I had every issue of Supergirl, like Supergirl Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. I had every issue of that series. I had every Red Sonja comic. I had, like, you just name it. I had tons of comic books, thousands upon thousands of comic books, and I sold them for pretty much nothing. I think I sold them for like $700. I gave Autumn $300. I took $400. So I sold all my comics for $400. And usually at Megacon, I'm like, I just buy all these comics, right? Well, now this year I don't have to do that because the only collection that I need completing is my Amazing Spider-Man collection and my Witchblade collection. My Witchblade collection is almost done. I'm almost done with Witchblade. So I won't be what is Megacon about? It's basically Comic-Con. It's just called Megacon. It's the biggest convention in Florida. It's literally the biggest convention in the state of Florida. Megacon is like Stan Lee goes every year, but of course, he passed away. But it's just it's something I go to every year. The only year I haven't been was when Star Wars Celebration was down here because I went to Star Wars Celebration because I'm a massive Star Wars fan. And that was when Episode 8 came out. I met Rian Johnson. But Megacon was like a couple weeks after Star Wars Celebration, so I wasn't able to go to Megacon. But I go every single year, and yeah, so this year I won't be tempted to buy so much because I only have 2 comic series I'm paying for, and that is, Amazing Spider-Man and Witchblade. So but the one thing that I'm afraid is going to bank me is J. Scott Campbell. Why do you guys want me to do a vlog of Megacon? Why do you guys want me to do a vlog of Megacon? I did that before and I get no views on it. Like I have high tech equipment, right? Like I got this whole over the shoulder rig to vlog it, but no one ever watches it. So it's so much time filming and editing where I just kind of want to have fun with it. I'm gonna bring my filming equipment, okay? I am 100% gonna be bringing my filming equipment. So if I feel froggy, I might do that. It's just I don't know if I'm going to do that, to be honest with you. But the one thing I'm worried about is J. Scott Campbell stuff, is because I'm a massive J. Scott Campbell fan. I think I spent about $300, $400 on J. Scott Campbell covers last year. I don't think I have any of them on the wall. I think they're all out there in frames. But there's so many J. Scott Campbell covers that I just want to collect them all. He is single-handedly my favorite cover artist. And another thing I like about this, well, my favorite cover artist is J. Scott Campbell, Elias, Adam Hughes, because Adam Hughes did this one. I got this one from Adam Hughes, which is a Captain Marvel. I met Adam Hughes a couple times. Great guy. I got a custom art on the wall there. I can't get it down to show because it's so high up. But I have a Black Cat custom art that he did. Oh, I do have a J. Scott Campbell on the wall. I got a Vampirella one right here. But, yeah, so Adam Hughes, J. Scott Campbell, they're my favorite artists, cover artists, as well as Elias, Terry Dotson, and this guy, his name is what's his name? Armin or something like this. But he does all these covers. He does all these girl covers, like the Sue Storm, Female Thor, Captain America, Wonder Woman, Catwoman, Mira. I got to take all these down tonight. I literally got to take all these down so I can get them all autographed because he's going to be there. So, yeah. But, yeah, so, I got to, when I get done streaming, I got to take all that stuff down. So, thank you guys for reminding me because now I got to take all that shit down. But, who's trolling? Who's trolling? Holy shit. Goddamn, Lucifer. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Lucifer, you didn't even write a question. Lucifer. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus Christ, bro. Dude, didn't you do that same thing? Like, oh my God. Holy shit. Holy God damn, Lucifer, man, dude, Lucifer, you gotta write something, man. I gotta answer a question that you have or something, bro. But thank you, sincerely. Thank you, Lucifer. Thank you so much. Damn, bro, damn. Holy shit, Lucifer, man. Lucifer, you got to write, son. Hope you're having a better day. That definitely makes me have a better day, Lucifer. Sincerely, bro. Sincerely. Thank you. Thank you so much. All of you. Like, all of you. Like you, DC, like, all of you guys. Like, I can't remember all of your names, but, like, you know, UTR Live, Lucifer, DC, Danny Graham, just like there's so many of you guys, and thank each and every one of you, Michael, Andre, Cast Graphics, Julio, just all of you guys, sincerely from the bottom of my heart, thank you, because if it wasn't for you guys, I honestly would not be doing this. I would not care to try to do better. I would not try to come out with topics and discussions and constantly spend the time doing videos and trying to improve myself and try to build up my fan base. Honestly, guys, keep your head up, buddy. Thank you so much, guys. Like I said, I didn't tell the whole car story, you know, to get donations or nothing. I just felt like I try to be real with everybody. So what happens in my life, I try to have, you know, real with you. So, just sincerely, man, sincerely, thank you so much. It means a lot, man. It really does. Lucifer, you got to write in a question, Lucifer. I got to be able to answer a question from you, man. Oh, I just put him in timeout. Lucifer, man, please write in something. Please write in something, Lucifer, so I can answer something. Other than hope you're having a better day. But dude, that honestly, thank you, because you just helping me pay my dad off now. So yeah, that definitely helps out a lot, man. Thank you so much. You know, I write on Facebook that I'm watching Amazing Spider-Man, and like I just keep getting notifications of people like replying to that, like, oh, I can't believe you like that movie. That movie sucks, you know, blah blah blah. But damn, Lucifer, between you and Rui this past week. But between you and Rui donated like what, 300 and something bucks. The other day I was like, holy shit, bro! Like seriously, I would suck you and Lucifer's dick like right now. Just take turns, like, but then that kind of make me a prostitute, right? But seriously though, thank you. Nick Nickel comes in with a super chat. Did you watch all Batman anime series? No, I haven't. As a kid, that wasn't the series I gravitated toward. I gravitated toward the Spider-Man animated series as well as the X-Men animated series. That was my thing. I own all the Batman animated series on DVD, as well as I'm a member of the DC Universe streaming service, which has them all in HD. So I can watch them at any given time I want to. I mean, I've seen the majority of the episodes. Like, I remember, like, on Saturday mornings or whatever, or, you know, after school on the WB or whatever channel it was at the time, I would sit down and I would watch it. But, like, when Spider-Man was on or X-Men was on, that's what I was watching. It was like, 'cause I was a huge Spider-Man fan. And I had friends in school who were Spider-Man fans, so we always used to talk about Spider-Man. And X-Men I always thought was a cool show. I loved X-Men. I loved how almost every episode was to be continued, and I was like, I gotta watch the next one. Where Batman was fantastic. I was more of a Batman Beyond fan rather than the Batman animated series, although I think both of them are fantastic. I much prefer Batman Beyond. I just think there's something about it. I just like the idea of it. But definitely, I thrived more toward the X-Men and Spider-Man shows. But I do very much like the Batman anime series. So thank you so much there, Nick Nickel. I appreciate your super chat. We got another one coming in from Mad 1306. Why you so mad, bro? Did your car crap out on you too? Fan sent your Storms Inc. days, man. That's a long ass time ago. That was like, what, 10, 11, 12 years ago? Man, that was a long ass time ago, bro. That was back when YouTube was still in its infancy. You still make your own comics? I got so many ideas I want to make as a comic book. Here's the thing with that. So, back in the day, I wanted to create my own comic book series. I had this story called Tale of the Seashell, and I was like, I have this great idea for a comic book series, and I did this video, and I was like, hey, I'm looking for a comic book artist. Is anybody interested? And Andrew did this whole video on why he should be the artist, and he had, like, this awesome tablet and everything, and, you know, I talked to him. Hold on one second, guys. But, hold on one second. But, Andrew did this whole video on why you should be the artist. So I was like, all right, cool. I would pay you, what was it, like $5, $10 a page, right? So I wrote the script. The first issue was like, what, 10 pages, 11 pages. Got it published, self-published through kablam.com. We did 2 issues. He was getting them done very much, but he was also working a full-time job and working on his own comic series. And then when we got to issue 3, I was like, well, we got to do something, right? So issue 4 got halfway done. I still own half the pages for issue 4, even though it was never published. And I told Andrew, I'm like, hey, man, I was like, we need to get this done faster. We can't be taking like a week, 2 weeks on one page. And then, you know, it started getting to the point where I was paying so much money. I was paying like $150, $200 for every issue, plus paying to get it published, and I wasn't making any money off it, you know? So I was like, you know, we just kind of canceled it. Like, I should put up the pages I have. I still have half the pages for issue 4, even though I never uploaded it. And then what I decided to do was take the story and write a novel. So that's what I did. I wrote a novel. I wrote a 350-page novel, and I changed the title from Tale of the Seashell to Io, who is the main character. And it's basically the same thing, but I'm not handicapped by art, which means I can make this as graphic, as sexy, as evil, as dark and twisted as I possibly wanted. So I wrote it, and I sent it to Adam, like, Adam, you're going to school for script writing. Can you just proofread this and edit it? And then he's like, yeah, no problem. So I sent it to him, and then he sent the chapter back, and there's like 10 more pages added to the chapter. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, I just figured I would add some stuff. And I read it. I was like, dude, this is fucking great. right? And I'm like, dude, it's like I'm George Lucas and you're Lawrence Kasdan, right? You're taking my ideas and you're making them better. So basically, we collaborated through the whole book. Every time I got done with a chapter, I would do this. And then it was getting to the point where he was creating new characters that I didn't even have in the story. So I'm like, well, you just created this character I don't even have in the story. Where am I going to put this character? And he's like, well, this is what I'm thinking is going to happen to this character. So then I was able to take his characters that he created, and we were able to weave them in, and it came out so good. And like, I remember Adam, I wrote the ending, and then Adam, yes, I have a novel. You guys can check this out. It's on Amazon. You just go to Amazon, type in Aya, AYA, and Robert Storms, and it'll pop up. And I wrote the ending, and the ending I had planned since high school. And I was like, I sent the ending, and then Adam brought the ending back, and it was a much happier ending, like flowers and rainbows and sunshine. I was like, Adam, I like your ending. It's cool. Not what I had envisioned. At the time I wasn't a huge fan of Game of Thrones. When I wrote this story originally, Game of Thrones was only like season 1 in, and this was really based on like old fantasy like Roni Kenshin and gargoyles and like Inuyasha and stuff like that. And I was like, I envisioned a much darker okay, I gotta take care of Yoshi here, or Jouse, or whatever his name is. But so I went back and I rewrote it the way I wanted, and we agreed on it. And so we wrote it. It took us like, I think, 2 years of collaboration to do it. And I self-published through, I believe, what was it? It was one of the websites. There's a website that you can go and self-publish. And originally I was trying to get a actual publisher, and it wasn't happening. So I went through self-publishing. That was what the hell was the name of that damn website? It wasn't like Lulu.com. It was something that was in affiliation with Amazon. So I got it published. I sold like 120 copies, but I have not seen a dime of that money in like over a year. So like, even if you guys go out and buy this book like right now, I'm not going to see a dime of it. And the reason is because the profits were all being sent to our banking account. And what happened was, in November, me and my wife split up, and we got different banking accounts. So whatever account that Amazon was sending my profits to doesn't exist anymore. So all that money is in limbo right now. But I didn't write the book for money anyway. I don't care about the money. I was telling people yesterday, if I can print out like 200 copies of this and just give them to people, I would. But the problem is, I don't get these for free. I have to pay for these too. I mean, I get a discount on them. I think Amazon's selling it for like $12.99, and you can get Prime free shipping. And I think the digital copy, like the Kindle copy, is like $3.99 or $2.99. But so I think I pay like $6 or $7 per copy because of my discount. But like I said, I don't care about the money. If I can print out 200 copies and give them to 200 people, I would. I would print them out and do like a monthly giveaway where I send away autographed copies. It just, I have to pay for it. I think Adam bought a couple, handed them to some of his family members. I think I bought like 5 or 6, handed them to my family members. But total, last time I checked, I think I sold like 121 copies. But it's a book I'm proud of. I'm proud of it. I do have a sequel plan, but it's probably never going to get written. Only because working a full-time job and doing YouTube full-time, I just don't have the time to go in and write it. Writing the story is not the problem. In fact, I have an entire outline for the sequel, but coming and writing down, like writing each chapter and then rereading, edit, rereading, edit, rereading, edit, killed me. I must have read this thing like 10 times editing this thing. I edited it, Autumn edited it, Adam edited it, his sister edited it. You know what? We printed it, and there's still a couple words misspelled in the goddamn thing. It's like, I can't win. So, yeah. But, yeah, people are like, I didn't know you wrote a book. Yeah, I wrote a book. But, yeah, so if anybody goes to Amazon and buys one, just update your Amazon account. Yeah, I could probably do that. I'm kind of lazy. I haven't had a chance to do that. So, like I said, I didn't really write the book for profit. I didn't write the book for money. So I'm not in a big hurry to go say, oh yeah, here, let's update it. You know, I don't care. I much prefer when people pick it up, read it, and they say, hey, Rob, like, I think I only have one review on Amazon. Like 100 some people bought it on Amazon, and like only one person left a review. So Christopher comes in with a super chat. Dude, Lucifer's super chat still hanging on top, dude. That thing's a thing up there forever. You have a super chat from Jack Daniels not answered. Oh, really? I didn't see one. I'll get to that after Christopher. Sup, homie? Didn't know you were live streaming. Dude, I try to live stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I don't think I'll be live streaming tomorrow because I'll be in Megacon, so I won't have my equipment. But I try to live stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So you can always make sure Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm live streaming. So thank you so much for coming in, Christopher. I didn't see you yesterday, man. Where were you at? I didn't see you in here yesterday. But thank you so much for a super chat, homeboy. Jack Daniels had a super chat not answered. Where? Oh, boom. I didn't even see that. Sorry, Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels comes in with a super chat. Any thoughts on live action Teen Titans show? Are you talking about Titans? Because that show sucks donkey nuts. Like it. But I think that's an awful show, Jack. Like you almost need Jack Daniels to watch that show. It's awful. It's awful, man. It's awful. Just the characters are totally misrepresented. Robin's going around just slaughtering folks. Hawk and Dove is having sex. Robin's having an affair with Hawk and Dove, or like fucking Dove behind Hawk's back. Dove is absolutely fucking gorgeous, so I'm not complaining about her being naked, but like, you have sex, you have blood, you have fucking Hawk talking about he can't get it up. It's like ridiculous shit. And then they're building, like, what is the storyline in season 1? It's fucking stupid. They build toward this shit all year, right? And then the final episode, which you are supposed to... But the final episode, which is supposed to tie off some storyline, because the way TV's written, you build throughout the season, and then the final episode of the season resolves whatever that storyline is, and it helps sets up the next season. They did this weird ass shit where it was an entire dream sequence, and it was a guy dressed as Batman who was actually dressed in cheap Kmart hockey pads, and he was going around killing the entire DC. Like the DC universe. He was just killing everybody. It was fucking stupid, Jack Daniels. And Doom Patrol, first episode came out, I was like, this is fucking great. Second episode came out, I'm like, this is fucking good. Third episode came out, I was like, this is starting to get bad. Fourth episode comes out, I'm bailing. So I haven't watched episode 5. It was just a straight decline. Like, sorry, Titans was completely trash. If people like it, more power to you. I'm glad somebody has some kind of enjoyment out of that piece of monkey shit they call a television show. It's obvious that Jeff Johns just does not know how to write TV. Like, you go watch, like, even the worst season of fucking Heroes has a story arc that resolves in the final season, right? Full House has a story arc that resolves at the end of the season. Yet, for some reason, Titans does not have, like they set up Connor Kent at the end, which is, like, totally fucking dope. But then it's like, how does that even make sense of what we're setting up this season? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And then they take Cyborg, and instead of putting him in Titans, they put him in Doom Patrol. I was like, kill me, man. Jeff Johns, you don't know how to write TV. So call me when Swamp Thing comes out. That's the one I'm looking forward to. I'm a massive Swamp Thing fan, especially since back in the day when I watched those shitty-ass movies. But, yeah, Titans is god-awful piece of fucking shit. I don't care. Anybody can fight me on it. Doom Patrol started out amazing, and it just declined. Like, that thing just fell down. So, yeah, sorry. Definitely did not like it, but thank you so much for the super chat, Jack Daniels. Doshi comes in with a super chat. Are you excited for Aladdin? It looks really good. Dude, I am super excited for Aladdin. Check out my excited face. You want to talk about donkey shit? It looked like, the genie looks like donkey shit. That fucking movie looks like fucking crap. I'm going to see that movie for one reason and one reason only, people, and that is motherfucking Naomi Scott. That's the only reason why I'm even going to see that movie. Like, how the fuck, like, instead of taking the genie, right, who was played by Robin Williams, we know Robin Williams is no longer with us, right? Why didn't you just make the genie a full CGI character and get the guy who voiced the genie in Return of Jafar? Because it wasn't Ron Williams in Return of Jafar. I believe it was the guy who voices Homer Simpson. Why not just get him? He sounds just like the genie. That's why he was in Return of Jafar. So why didn't you just go that route? Why did you get Will Smith so he can get jiggy with it, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air style? You know, it looks awful. The entire set looks awful. It looks cheesy. It looks fake as fuck. It looks like a CGI fucking massacre. Like a CGI giant just fucking jizz CGI all over the fucking screen. Jafar doesn't even look menacing at all. You could have got like someone like Ben Kingsley to come in, play Jafar, but no, you get this other guy who looks like he should be behind the fucking counter of a Quickie Mart. I'm sorry if that sounds fucking racist, but he looks like he should be in charge of a 7-Eleven. He doesn't look like someone I should be afraid of. Like, Jafar should be like this menacing creature. It's like, bring me the lamp. And he's like, bring me the lamp. I'm like, what? What? This is Jafar? This is Jafar. Right? And Aladdin looks like a poor version of fucking Oscar Isaac. He looks like a little version of Oscar Isaac. It was like Oscar Isaac if he was 12 years old, didn't go through puberty yet. So Naomi Scott is the only thing I'm looking forward to with this movie. And to be honest with you, Naomi Scott doesn't even look that good in this movie. It's like, I'd rather just wait for Charlie's Angels and watch Naomi Scott in Charlie's Angels. It's like, but it's Aladdin. I gotta go see it because it's fucking Aladdin. So I'm one of those guys that's part of the problem. You know the movie doesn't look good, but you're gonna go see it. So basically you're giving Disney the money anyway. So it's basically telling Disney it's okay to make shitty movies. I'm a fan of Guy Ritchie, but Guy Ritchie is not the right guy to do this. Just like Tim Burton was not the right guy to do Dumbo. Like, you hire the guy that fucks up Alice in Wonderland to do Dumbo. You know, so you get Guy Ritchie. Did you not see King Arthur last year or whenever it came out? King Arthur, like, it's probably like the best He-Man movie we're ever gonna get, but that movie was batshit fucking crazy. And you want him to do a musical? A whole new world of fucking shit. So yeah, I'm glad you think it looks good, Doshi. But to me, it looks like you know that big pile of shit from Jurassic Park? That's a big pile of shit. That's what Aladdin looks like. Sorry, my friend. It looks like a big pile of steaming fucking dino turds. We got another super chat coming from my boy Valhalla. Let me clean my glasses so I can see what you're saying. I like how Chris is sort of like commentating in here. He's not here, but he's commentating through the comments. He's like, yeah, I'm a fan of Aladdin, but I'm not sure about this shit. Just say it, Chris. It looks like shit. Christopher comes in with a super chat. He's like, chill out, bro. No, man, it looks like fucking shit. I will not be silenced. You guys watch my channel because you guys know I'll break out in fucking rants, and I'm going to tell you, Aladdin looks like fucking shit. The only thing that looks good about that fucking movie is the goddamn carpet, because you can't fuck up a carpet. How the hell do you fuck up a carpet? So anyway, Valhalla writes, I think WB hates the superhero genre, hence the poor direction DC has been getting. Meanwhile, Endgame felt like a love letter to the genre. It ain't the DC hates superheroes. I can promise you. It isn't because Warner Brothers hates superheroes. It's because Warner Brothers are fucking idiots. That's the truth, man. That's the truth. It's just the simple fact that Warner Brothers are complete morons, right? They see Avengers, they see all these movies. Chris coming in with 2 super chats, chill out, and then LOL. Can't chill out, man. Can't chill out. When I'm very passionate about movies, and when I see something that looks like trash, I kind of gotta talk about it. But to answer your question, Valhalla, it ain't that they hate superheroes. It's like they're just fucking stupid. They're ignorant. They're ignorant about superheroes. Okay, let's look at DC superhero movies. This is the company that produced Batman and Robin and Batman Forever. I know a lot of you guys will fight me and say Batman Forever is good. Go back and watch it. It really isn't, like, at all. They made Batman and Robin just to sell toys. Which kind of defeats the purpose. Like, why would you sell toys that have bat nipples on her? But I digress. But they have more misses than hits. They really do. You go back and look. Like you have Superman 1, really good. Superman 2, really good. Superman 3 sucks. Superman 4 sucks. You have Batman 1, Batman 89, that's good. Batman Returns is good. Batman Forever sucks. Batman and Robin sucks. You have Superman Returns, that sucks. Then you have Green Lantern, that sucks. You have Jonah Hex, that sucks. Steel, that sucks. Then you get into DCEU. Man of Steel was okay. It grew on me. BVS theatrical version sucked. You have Wonder Woman, which is good. Justice League, that sucks. Shazam, that sucks. Suicide Squad, that sucks. You have like the majority of them fucking suck. I'm basically proving my point, right? And all right, Chris, you take care, man. And God, jump over to CGA One's channel and subscribe to the channel, guys. But it ain't that they have something against them. It's just that they're stupid. They don't think. You guys got to remember, before Disney started doing Marvel, like before Disney bought Marvel, Kevin Feige and a bunch of guys went out, took a bunch of loans from banks, and created Marvel Studios, okay? And they did Iron Man, and then they did Incredible Hulk, and then they did Captain America, and somewhere in the mix of that, Disney bought them. So Marvel Studios was its own film division, just like Lucasfilm and Pixar. So Disney, I got a super chat coming from Mike B. Sexy. I'll be right with you in a second, Mike B. Sexy. So, yeah, hold on a second, my friend. But, so Kevin Feige and them were already created Marvel Studios and knew where they wanted to go with the property. They knew they wanted to build a connective universe, right? And they started planting the seeds for that. In the process of that, Disney purchased that studio. And instead of Disney coming in and saying, okay, well, we're going to do this and this, they're like, no, you just keep doing what you're doing. We just bought you, but you guys are going to continue doing your thing. Same thing with Lucasfilm. It's like, we bought Lucasfilm, but you guys just create your Star Wars movies, And, that's what Warner Brothers doesn't do. Warner Brothers doesn't create studios, right? It ain't like DC had a DC studio, and then Warner Brothers bought them. No, Warner Brothers owns DC. They own DC for a long-ass fucking time. So they don't have someone like Kevin Feige, who's the head of everything, who's coming up with these master plans, who's coming up with these game plans and like doing this, and this. Kevin Feige is a showrunner, and he's running this like a showrunner. And it's not that WB doesn't care about superheroes, because I think they do care. I think they realize that it's a very popular genre. It can make a lot of money, but they're not smart enough to say, well, we're going to take 300 million and we're going to create our own division, and everybody's going to operate within this division outside of Warner Brothers. We're going to put one guy in charge, whether it be Walter Hamada or whoever, and then you guys just come to us on meetings, but you guys do this. They don't have like Disney is smart because Disney's smart enough to buy studios and allow those studios to stay studios. Like they bought Lucasfilm. Kathleen Kennedy, you're in charge of Lucasfilm. Whether we like Kathleen Kennedy or not, she's in charge of Lucasfilm. Kevin Feige is in charge of Marvel Studios, right? It ain't like they bought them and then like merged them into this giant mud puddle that is Disney and then tried to change everything. They bought them and like, do what you do. And now Kevin Feige really doesn't even answer to anybody because Kevin Feige probably made Disney more money than anybody. Like look at how many billion-dollar movies that Kevin Feige has produced. So that's the difference between DC. It has nothing to do with them not respecting superheroes. It has everything to do with them just being dumb. So thank you so much, Valhalla, for your super chat. We have Chris sending in 2 super chats, chill out, and LOL. I already answered those. Then we have another one come from Mike B. Sexy. Your thoughts on Matt Reeves' Batman ideas and your Batman casting? I'm more a fan of DC. Look, I love Matt Reeves, right? I love Cloverfield. I love his 2 Planet of the Apes movies. I personally, if you could ask me if I could have Matt Reeves or Ben Affleck, I'd rather have Ben Affleck. Matt Reeves has 3 great movies, but Ben Affleck also has 3 great movies. Ben Affleck also has an Oscar for Argo and an Oscar for Good Will Hunting. I thought Ben Affleck was a great Batman. He is probably my favorite Batman since Michael Keaton. And I like Christian Bale. I think Christian Bale is a fantastic Bruce Wayne. I just don't like him as Batman. But I think Ben Affleck played good Batman and Bruce Wayne. And I'd much rather have Ben Affleck, I think, because everybody said Ben Affleck's script was amazing. Like the people that do the animated movies said that like Ben Affleck's script was the best Batman script they ever read. And for some reason, when everything started getting criticized in DC, Warner Brothers got reactionary, like, oh, we gotta change this, we gotta change this, we gotta change this. And Ben Affleck's like, you know what, fuck this, I don't need this stress. I'm already an alcoholic going to rehab, I don't need this fucking stress. And Ben Affleck left. And, that's sad because I wanted to see that movie. At this point, I don't give a shit about Batman with the Bat Reeves movies. I don't give a shit. Who I would like to see cast? I would like to see Robert Pattinson cast. I think Robert Pattinson is a fantastic actor, much like I feel like Kristen Stewart's a fantastic actress. I think they get a lot of shit because of Twilight, but if you look at the movies that they've been in after Twilight, they've been doing a lot of indie movies, and they've both been really good in these indie movies. And I think Robert Pattinson's actually a really good actor, and I believe he might win an Oscar one day. And I can see him playing a young Ben Affleck. Like, if they want to keep it in the same universe, I can see him playing a young Ben Affleck Bruce Wayne character, and that's who I want to see. So thank you so much. Might be sexy. I hope I answered your question to the best of my ability. I am excited for Matt Reeves. I'm a little salty on Ben Affleck not being the writer and director, but I am still a fan of Matt Reeves, and I can't wait to see what he can do. Let's just hope they keep it in the DC EU, because I don't want to see spinoffs and shit. Danny Graham comes in with a super chat. I just saw Batwoman preview on CW. You think it'll be any good? Well, I did watch the crossover this year. I haven't watched any of the episodes of any of the seasons, but I did watch all the 3-part crossover, and I really liked her in the crossover. And I'm not a big fan of the actress. Who the fuck was the actress? I know who she is. She's that one lesbian lady, girl, whatever. And the thing is about that, people started criticizing her, saying she's not gay enough to play Batwoman. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, she's gay. She's not gay enough to play Batwoman? Get the fuck out of here. That's the most ridiculous thing. But I think she played an awesome Batwoman. I only read a few issues of Batwoman, and I'm a big fan of that Batwoman. But definitely looking forward to it. It's definitely something I'm going to turn into next year. I'm hoping that eventually it would take place of Arrow. I'm hoping that, cause I heard they're canceling Supergirl, and they're going to be doing a Superman series. So hopefully, like, this is almost like a phase 2 of the CW shows, where instead of Arrow and Supergirl, we're getting Superman and Batwoman. I think that would be awesome, and I think it would be good to get another female-led show. Like, you guys know I love my female superheroes, so yeah, definitely looking forward to that one. Who wrote that? Valhalla. I didn't see, no, it wasn't Valhalla. Who was that? Danny Graham. I didn't see the trailer yet. I seen it up, but I figured it was going to be like a 5-second clip of just her standing in front of a building. I'm like, I don't need to watch this. I already know I'm invested in the character anyway. But, yeah, it's actually a great character. I think she did a great job. My only criticism of the crossover was I wanted more of her. And I believe in the crossover, they made her Batman's cousin, which isn't true in the comics at all. Actually, Batman saved her, I believe, and then she became like this massive Batman fan, and she started like pretending to be like Batman, like she's Batwoman. That's her actual origin, I believe. So I didn't like the fact that they made her his cousin, but other than that, I thought Ruby Rose is the actress name. I thought Ruby Rose did a great job as Batwoman. I'm definitely looking forward to the series, so thank you so much, Danny Graham. We got a couple super chats, one coming in from Valhalla, and then another from UTR Live, and I will get to you in a second, my friend. Valhalla, right? You know it's bad when Arrowverse looks competent, with the exception of its flagship show that has them good since season 2. I disagree with that. Season 1 of Arrow I thought was good. Season 2 of Arrow I thought was absolutely fantastic. Season 3 was okay. They introduced Ra's al Ghul. Season 4, when you had that shitty ass whatever his name was, who was the villain in the crappy Street Fighter movie, I was like, this fucking sucks. Season 5, I can't remember what happened. And then last season, when you had that one mob guy who was like turning everybody, well, turning everybody in the city against each other. I love that. I love whenever you get this huge crime boss and then you can turn everybody against each other. I just love that storyline. And I liked it a lot. I thought last season was the best season since season 2. But to answer this point, Valhalla, there is a problem when CW superhero shows are better connected and better run than movies, than fucking $200 million movies. And you know why that is? Because you have someone like Kevin Feige running the CW shows. You have Greg Berlanti behind it. Greg Berlanti is the one that comes up with all these shows. He pitches these shows, and he makes sure these shows all interconnect, and they do crossovers, and they're all loosely connected to each other. The CW show is the closest we're ever going to get. We got a big super chat coming in from Christopher. I'll get to you in a second, my friend. But it's the closest thing we're going to get to the MCU with DC, because we're still 5 years before Warner Brothers DC movies can catch up to the MCU to even get in the conversation of being caught up, where the CW show has been doing it constantly for 5, 6, 7 years now. And that's because you have Greg Berlanti show running everything. Like that's why it's so successful. You think Warner Brothers would say, hey, you know what? Greg Berlanti's doing a great job. How about we ask him if he can move on up and take control of the DCEU and get that on track? You know why they don't do that? Because they're fucking morons. They're fucking morons. They don't think. They're like, oh, he does TV. He don't know shit about movies. Storytelling is fucking storytelling. I don't care if you're writing a poem, a book, a comic book, a novel, a cartoon, a movie. I don't give a fuck. Storytelling is storytelling. If the guy can do this on a TV budget, imagine we can do with millions of dollars. It's like, WB's fucking dumb. So thank you, Valhalla, for your super chat. Let me get into the other ones here. UTR Live. David P. Dumbass leaves chat and rage. I need to do like a full David P. Dumbass live stream one day. I just come in dressed as David P. Dumbass, and then I'll be like, all you guys can send in David P. Dumbass questions. And I just sit there and answer DC questions. Like, when's the Flash movie ever going to come out? Well, right now, we're concentrating on the 2 Joker movies we already have in development. But I got Greg on that right now, and we're looking into it. But right now, we're working on the master plan, and it would just be hilarious. Hilarious, UTR Live. Thank you so much for the super chat. Christopher M comes in. John Wick 3 in Dolby tomorrow night. I'm excited. May watch the first 2 again tonight when I come back from the bar. I'm jealous that you're going to a bar. After the day I had, I kind of need a bar right now. But like I said, I'm very much looking forward to John Wick Chapter 3. Unfortunately, I probably won't be able to catch it until Monday. That's when I come back from the con. I come back from the con Sunday night, and then I'm catching Game of Thrones over John Wick. And I'll probably catch it on Monday. I'll probably go to a matinee showing, which is good because I won't be able to interfere with it, possibly competing against Avengers Endgame. I won't be adding to the weekend total, so that's good. But we got another super chat coming in from Valhalla. I'll get to you in a second, my friend. Like I said, I'm very much looking forward to John Wick Chapter 3. I think that the first John Wick movie is one of the best action movies we had since the early 90s. Like, it's just phenomenal. It's a great action movie. I love it so much. It's like the plot was so very simple. These douchebags do this horrible thing, and John Wick's like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. It was almost like Michael Douglas is falling down, where it's like he just had like this bad day, and he's like, I just don't give a fuck no more. And like John Wick's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm burning everybody to the ground. And I just love that movie. John Wick Chapter 2, I think, kind of went overboard on a lot of things. It was like, I didn't buy, John, cause I bought so hard in the first movie, he didn't want to get back into his life. He didn't want to get back in his life. And then in Chapter 2, they're like, well, you have like this blood debt and you got to do this. And then he gets back in his life. And then this one asshole is like, well, I'm in this hotel. You can't touch me. Like that's just bullshit. I can just stay in this hotel forever. And John was like, I'm like, I didn't like that. I thought the movie fell drastically in the third act of that movie. I didn't like how it ended at all. Who knows? Maybe the chapter 3 will make the ending of chapter 2 better. That's surprising. Like it happens. I wasn't a big fan of Iron Man 2. I thought Iron Man 2 was awful. But all the other MCU movies, after watching them all now, you go back and revisit Iron Man 2, you're like, wow, those other movies made this movie better. So maybe John Wick Chapter 3 will make the ending of John Wick 2 better for me. I just thought like Lawrence Fishburne was completely wasted in Chapter 2. There was so much that I just felt like in John Wick Chapter 2. I thought some of the action scenes were just getting a little repetitive in Chapter 2. But yeah, I'm still looking very forward to Chapter 3, and I'm kind of jelly you're getting to go see it tomorrow in Dolby. I love Dolby, man. So thank you for the super chat. Valhalla comes in with a super chat. And he writes, as an aspiring author myself, any advice on how to contact someone for cover art? I made my own cover. So when I went to go do the cover for Aya, this is what I did. Originally I was like, well, maybe I can draw a cover. Now you can go on the internet and type in self-publishing comic book covers. And there's several websites where they have pre-made covers, and then you pay $20-$30, and then you can have that cover. And then they take the cover off the site so no one can ever use that cover. And then they send you the digital cover with everything on there, and then you just use that as your cover when you go to self-publish. That's the easiest way. And that was the way I was originally going to do it. But I couldn't find the right cover for what I wanted. So I was like, well, maybe I should make my own cover. So I downloaded GIMP. Okay, GIMP is a very cheap, free, it's very cheap because it is free, editing, Photoshop tool, right? It's basically Photoshop but free, and it's just as good as Photoshop. You can do amazing things with GIMP. And I went and I looked up the diameters of what the cover had to be, and then I uploaded that in, and then I started piecing using free clip art. You just type in Google free clip art. I found this model here who was a free royalty-free clip art, and I inserted that in there. And then I took the Photoshop airbrush and I airbrushed this blue energy aura around her and on her, and then I inserted that in front of a dark forest. And I was like, this perfectly expresses what I think this character looks like and what this character would be in this novel. And originally her dress was pink, and I edited the dress to make her dress blue. So it's very easy to do. Okay, I'm an artist. I draw it all the time, but I'm not very smart when it comes to GIMP. I don't know how to do Photoshop. I don't do Photoshop. It's way beyond my reach. But the best thing about technology is simple YouTube search, how to change color in GIMP. You look up YouTube, and there's videos that do complete tutorials on how to do book covers, custom book covers on GIMP. All you gotta do is just watch the YouTube video and just pause, do what they tell you, press play, do what they tell you, and that's it. And then in the back, you just write what you want, you put on the side what you want, and yeah, it came out great. I love it. It's simple to do. But if you don't want to go through the work of doing it yourself, you can easily just go on Google, type in custom self-publishing cover art, and there's several websites that has preloaded covers that all you have to do is put the title and author of your book on, and they send you a whole PDF file for you. Another route I was going to go was I was going to hire a cosplay artist. There was this cosplay artist that goes to Megacon every year. I got a bunch of her prints, and I messaged her. I'm like, hey, would you be willing to shoot some pics for a cover of a book I'm making? And I will pay you. She's like, sure, give me $130 and I'll do it. And at the time, I was rushing. I didn't have YouTube money back then. I didn't have enough subscribers. I only had like 1,000 subscribers or something. So I wasn't making YouTube money, so I couldn't afford to go out and pay her $130. But I was going to, but eventually I just didn't have the money, and we kind of just, stopped talking about it. And then I contacted this one artist on Facebook. He's a fantastic artist. He does these fantasy paintings and stuff. And I messaged him, and surprisingly, he messaged me back. And I told him, and he's like, "Well, I don't want to I don't want to do it because I don't know what your book's about, so I don't want to attach my name to something that might not be credible or whatever." I'm like, "Hey, man, I understand 100%." So I went into the old thinking of, well, do it your motherfucking self. And that's what I did. I did it my motherfucking self, and I actually like it. And which is funny, I should bring these to Megacon. Where are they? Oh, where are they? Oh shit, there goes my book. But I got these printed too. And I also used this for GIMP. But I got like 300 of these bookmarks printed out too. And I have some that are already open that I gave to people. And basically what the bookmarks are is the cover, and then on the back it's the whole description of what the book is. And on the bottom, it says where it's available: paperback, $12.98, ebook, $3.99, available now on Amazon. And I went to work and I gave this to a bunch of people. I think it cost me like maybe $25-$30 to get all the what's the word I'm looking for? All the bookmarks printed up. But basically, all I did was just take the cover and then make a template on GIMP, and then I just transferred that over, and it's great. I don't even know if I have the website on the bookmarks or where I got the bookmarks done from. Yeah, it doesn't say where I don't even remember where I got the bookmarks from, but like you can even go to Staples and get bookmarks made. So I don't know why it's freezing up. It looks good on this side, but I don't know, guys. I gotta look up something. Hopefully it doesn't crash anything. Hold on one second. Hopefully it doesn't crash anything. Ooh, hold on. I gotta exit that out. But yeah, so worst day ever is talking too much about DC. Well, you're not wrong about that. You're not wrong about that whatsoever. But also, guys, if you think it freezes up, a lot of times I'm just standing still for a second. But yeah, so well, we've been streaming for like almost 2 hours now. Wow, it didn't even feel like 2 hours. It feels good. I like when we're streaming and it's going with the flow sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost out of my beer though, which sucks. Donkey nuts. I say donkey nuts a lot. That sweet sour chicken ass. Hold on one second, guys. So, what other questions we got going on? Did I miss any super chats? Valhalla. So hopefully Valhalla, do you take that advice? And, I had a buddy of mine. I don't have the book in here. The book is in the my living room in my bookshelf. But he wrote a book and sent me his. And he has a very simple cover art, but it works. And I started reading his book. And I don't even know where you can get his book at. But I'll send a picture of it somewhere. But well, hold on. Chris just messaged me, guys. Hold on a second. Chris messaged me. Chris said, I'm going to read his tweet out, right? Chris says, with your help, by me coming in when you're live, I've been getting at least 1 or 2 subscribers per live stream. Well, that's good. Again, guys, go check out Chris's channel. Come on. So, yeah, check out Chris's channel. Whoa, we got another super chat. Hold on, I'll give it to you in a second. Check out Chris's channel. It's CGAce1. Go check out this channel, guys, and go subscribe. Subscribe to CGAce1. Go subscribe, guys. Go subscribe. It doesn't hurt you guys, right? Like, you subscribe, it doesn't help. Do I like UTR Live Rice? Do you like Taylor Swift? She's the best. Do I love Taylor Swift? Really? Woo, woo. I absolutely love Taylor Swift. I own all of her albums. I own every one of her albums. Massive Taylor Swift fan. I can't listen to her anymore because the new car I got today, this thing, I doesn't have a CD player in the car because it's a '97. CD players were pretty much new back then. So I can't listen to any of my Taylor Swift CDs, but I guess I can always listen to it on Spotify, whatever, and with a Elixir cord or UX cord, whatever the fuck you call those fucking things. But massive Taylor Swift fan. I have all of her albums. The funniest thing is, Adam and everybody made fun of me for fucking years for liking Taylor Swift, right? Like, dude, like, you're bald, you got tattoos, you got a beard, you come out with your car looking like a badass, and then you got Taylor Swift playing. Like, dude, it relaxes me. I don't know what it is. I just like the music. It's relaxing, right? And they're like, man, you need to be listening to like rock or whatever, right? So they give me a shit all the time, right? And then last year, Taylor Swift was coming to Tampa for concert. I couldn't get the money to go. And then Adam was like, well, this girl that I work with has 2 tickets. She asked me if I can go, if I take her, and him. So he went, and now he's like this massive Taylor Swift fan. He comes over to my house with a Taylor Swift shirt, wallpaper on his phone. He has a poster. He's got all the CDs. I was like, you fucking cocksucker. You sat there and gave me hell for years for liking Taylor Swift, and now you're jumping on the bandwagon? Like, you fucking cocksucker. Like, I am the Taylor Swift fan. Right? I just love her music, man. I don't know what it is. I just think it's relaxing. But hey, it is what it is. I'm a Taylor Swift fan. I don't give a shit. I like Taylor Swift, and I'm gonna support it. So yeah. But I seen someone mention something about the car. So if you didn't come to the stream earlier, let me explain what happened to my car. And that's why the title of this stream is called "The Worst Day Ever." So my car crapped out on me Saturday. I got in the car's all shaking, right? And when you drive, it's fine, and then So I had a call in from work yesterday. I took it down to the shop, and they're changing the spark plugs and everything. Nothing's working. Like, they're hooking it up to the computer, and just like a list of problems, and they're going through the process of elimination. So my dad's with me. We went to the shop that he goes to because he knows the guy, because he used to work with the guy. And my dad leaves to go to lunch, and I'm sitting in the waiting room, and the guy, I used to be a massive Britney Spears fan back in the day, her old stuff though. But the guy comes in, he's like, look, man, you need to junk your car. I'm like, what? I think he's fucking with me, right? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, look, it's going to cost way too much to fix your car. Right, it's gonna cost about $5,000 to fix your car. It's like we're doing all these parts to it. It's like the struts in your car are bad. Your whole front end is about to just collapse and drop. He's like, you could be driving, and next thing you know, at any given moment, your whole front end of your car is gonna drop, and you're gonna be seriously hurt. He's like, your car is dangerous and it should not be on the road. He's like, you have one wheel that is pretty much ripping from the seams, and you're just going to be in danger if you take this car out. He's like, it's going to cost way too much money to fix. So meanwhile, I'm freaking out. I'm like, what am I going to do? I need a car. I'm like, I need a fucking car. I'm leaving to Orlando tomorrow for the Megacon for the weekend. I don't have no money. What am I going to do? Right? So the guy comes in. I call my dad. I'm like, Dad, I need you to come back here right now. So my dad comes in. He talks to him. Dad's like, look, he's not lying to you. He's like, I told you on Saturday when I test drove it, it sounded like, and felt like that your entire front end was gonna drop. It's gonna be way too much to keep doing this and paying for everything. And I'm like, well, what am I gonna do, Dad? Because I don't have no money. I don't have a spare car. I'm like, what am I gonna do? And hold on, UTR live. I'm gonna get to you in a second. And I'm like, dude, I don't know, right? And I'm like, I don't have no money. So the guy was like, look, I'm gonna take all the parts off that I just put on, and then my dad's like, well, we can buy one of the cars he has on sale. So he had like 3 used cars that are crappy, right? So this is my car, my 2009 Saturn Ion. I love this car. I had this car for about 4 or 5 years now. Absolutely love this car, right? And I didn't have much of a choice on what to pick, but the nicest car he had was this 1997 Toyota Camry. Okay. Now, it doesn't look bad from this picture, but the car is not good. The car is not good. It runs well. It runs well. And my dad's like, Toyota Camrys are good cars, right? So I'm like, well, how much is the car? He's like, he wants $2,500 for it. I'm like, so my dad talked to him. He's like, hey, I'll give you $1,000 down, and then he can make payments a month. So I got to pay this guy $300 a month. I owe $1,500 on it. So my dad paid $1,000 of his own money down for the car, and then every month on the 22nd, I got to go put $300 down on it. So I owe the guy $1,500, and I owe my dad $1,000, right? Then my dad gave me another $100 to get my plates transferred over to this car. So after all this, I had to go to the insurance company, get my plates transferred, my insurance transferred. Then I had to run down to the DMV, get my plates transferred, right? So I came back. Hold on, guys. I'll get to everybody's super chat questions in a second. Then I got the plates transferred. Then I came back. I cleaned out my car, said my final goodbyes, took a picture of it. You know, it was sad. And then I get in the new car. And then the first thing I did, I was like, I got to go get this thing clean because this thing is filthy, right? So I go to the gas station because the car's on E. I fill it up. I put $25 in it. I get in the car, turn it on, and the fucking gas gauge doesn't go up. So I'm like, well, what the hell is going on with the gas gauge? It's like not going up. And then as I'm driving, it's like one of those gas gauges that slowly goes up. And I'm like, you know, almost like when you're watching porn, your dick slowly goes up. And then I was like, okay, whatever. And then I noticed that the tires were kind of low. So I stopped in, and I put air in the two tires that were low. So the air in the tires were fine. So I'm like, well, I got to take this thing to go get washed. So I take it to go get washed in a car wash. And when they started spraying the water on it, water starts leaking in from the left side of the driver's door. Like I'm sitting here, and like water's just pouring in, getting me my whole left side of my body wet. Right? So I'm calling my dad. I'm like, Dad, there's something wrong with the fucking door. I'm like, it's pouring in water at the car wash. So I get out, and this is where the picture was taken, was at the car wash. And then I come out, and I open up the door, and I noticed that the water seal around, the weather seal, was all ripped to shit. So I was like, well, fuck. So I went home, went to bed, took a nap, got up around 6 o'clock tonight, went down to Discount Auto to get some weather stripping. It was like $12.99. Mind you, I have no money in the bank, right? I have like $30 in the bank. I don't get paid till tomorrow, and I'm trying to save all my money for my trip to Megacon this weekend, right? So I go there, I drop $12.99 on the weather stripping, and then on the way there, the fucking check engine light on this car comes on, right? So I call my dad. I'm like, Dad, the fucking check engine light came on. He's like, are you serious? I'm like, yes, I'm fucking serious, right? He's like, God damn it, right? I'm like, so what do I do? He's like, well, you have to take it back up to the shop. I'm like, well, it's 6 o'clock. He's closed. He's like, you got to do it in the morning. I'm like, I'm going to Megacon in the morning. I'm going to Orlando in the morning. And he's like, look, I told him, I'm like, well, I'll bring it over Monday morning. He's like, you can't drive all weekend on a check engine light. He's like, that's what your mistake for your first car was, or my Saturn Ion. He's like, you drove for an entire year with the check engine light on instead of getting it checked. I'm like, all right, fine. So I'll go in the morning. So I got to get up at 7 in the morning, go get this. I got to go back to this place and get this fucking thing checked out again, which is driving me nuts. And I get back to my house. I'm pouring fucking sweat. Like, I'm just dripping sweat everywhere. And I'm putting a seal on around the door, and it keeps fucking coming off. So I'm like, you motherfucker. So I went and grabbed some super glue, and I super glued it, and I stuck it on, and I got my hand super glued to the fucking web. And he's like, can I ask you a question? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, man, what's up? And he's like, do you do YouTube? And I was like, yes. So he asked me, he's like, he rolled down the window, and he's like, can I ask you a question? I'm like, yeah, sure. What's the question? You know, I'm expecting him to ask me, like, direction and stuff. He's like, do you do YouTube? And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, yeah, I do. He's like, are you Robert Storms? I'm like, yeah, I am. Right? And at this point, like, I don't have my hat on. I'm bald as shit. I'm in these raggedy clothes. I got my hand super glued to my fucking door, and I'm pouring sweat. And the guy's like, hey, man, I watch your videos all the time. I'm sitting there going, this is the most embarrassing shit I can deal with right now. I'm like, this is the worst day of my life. This is fucking, like, one bad thing led to another. I could not win for losing today. I was like, I am just over this fucking day. So, that all happened. I don't know if the weather strips even helped. I managed to rip it off my hand. I still had pieces like stuck to my fucking hand, and I super glued it up and I closed the fucking door. The car is in shambles pretty much. I mean, it might get me to point A to point B, so I'm not gonna be able to run around Orlando like I normally do, but it might get me back and forth to work. The plan is I'm gonna take one YouTube check, pay him off for the car, then I'm going to take another YouTube check, pay my dad off, and then I'm going to start saving my YouTube checks, and I'm going to go out and just drop like $6,000, $7,000 on a brand new car or close to a brand new car so I don't have to deal with this. So that's my game plan. So I'm going to be broke for a long-ass fucking time. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, how can I go to Megacon and enjoy myself when I'm worried about, is this car going to crap out on me because the check engine light's on? I miss my old car. I'm worried about this. I'm worried about that. Can I sit there and buy a comic book without feeling guilty about spending money? I got a lot of stuff on my mind, and the door, the whole fucking car doesn't lock. There's no electric locks on it. The fucking driver's side, back door on the driver's side, the handle on the outside is broken off. There's no handle, so you can't open it. You have to open the door from the inside. On the opposite side, the handle on the inside is broken off, so you can only open that door from the outside. Now, what I think happened, I think the reason why the check engine light came on was because when I went to the car wash, all that water seeped in and maybe got into the electrical of the windows because the windows are power windows. I think that's what caused the check engine light come on. Let's hope. I'm actually, when I get done streaming, I'm going to go out there and turn on the car and see if it comes on. Because I think if it just dries out, it'll be fine. I'm hoping that weather stripping is going to help it. But, yeah, anyway, long story. Let me get to these super chats now. UTR Live writes, dude, this is for being a Taylor Swift fan. You're the man. I wish more men had enough balls to admit they listened to her. Her concert was amazing in Tampa. You were there? I wish I was there, man. I wish I was there. Look, I don't bullshit bullshitters, man. I tell everybody exactly how it is. In high school, I was a Britney Spears fan, right? Like I bought all the albums and everything, and people were like, we got another super chat coming in from Robert Summers. I'll give it to you in 1 second, my friend. I'm going down the line with these super chats. I was a big Britney Spears fan. I caught shit for it all the time. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm me. I'm going to listen and enjoy what I like. You know what I mean? In middle school, I was a Spice Girl fan. Basically, my music phase went from Spice Girls to Britney Spears, to Kelly Clarkson, to Taylor Swift. I mean, I listen to all music. Whatever sounds good, I listen to. But I don't go under the whole, I'm bald and I have tattoos, so that automatically means I should listen to hard rock. Sorry, most hard rock sounds like shit. Okay, when I was in Fort Lauderdale, I was pretty big on rap because I was growing up in Fort Lauderdale. I was the only white kid in the entire fucking class. I had fucking cornrows, FUBU gear on, and everything. So I was very much into rap. Rap today pretty much sucks. Like you listen to rap today, like they're changing the way words sound to make them rhyme with other words because they're not creative to actually make up their own lyrics. They have to take words and change the way they are pronounced in order to make them fit their song. So I don't like the way rap is today. But I'm a fan of all music. Some of my favorite music to listen to, UTR Live, is just music scores. Like I'll put on like some Hans Zimmer, John Williams, some of that stuff. I like classical music. I love Japanese anime music. I love all music. I listen to the melodies, not necessarily the words. I don't necessarily listen to the lyrics because a lot of people are like, well, what does that song mean? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I'm not listening to the words. I'm listening to the melody behind it because the music is so soothing. One of my favorite things to do in middle school and high school was to put my headphones on, listen to music, and just draw for like fucking 5-6 hours. It was one of my favorite things to do. So thank you for the super chat, UTR. Valhalla comes in with super chat. Game of Thrones finale live stream? Probably. Now the thing is, I'm coming back from Megacon Sunday afternoon. I'm going to stay at Megacon. I'm going all 4 days, but I'm not staying overnight Sunday. So I'm checking out the hotel around 10. And I'm going to go to Megacon, probably do like a final sweep, pick up some stuff. And I'm probably going to be coming home about 3, 4 o'clock. And then I'm going to catch the finale and then live stream. So I plan on doing that. but I can't make any promises. Can't make any promises on that. Hopefully I will be able to do that, but no promises. No promises whatsoever. It really depends on what time I get home from the con, how I'm feeling. Hopefully I'm not depressed about the car anymore. So, but thank you so much for the super chat, Valhalla. I seen another one come in. Here we go. Robert Summers. What do you think about the Watchmen trailer? I'm actually kind of digging it and kind of confused at the same time. Now, for the longest time, Watchmen was my favorite comic book movie of all time. I think that movie is just brilliant. I think the comic book by Alan Moore is brilliant. I love it so much. I love what they did with it. My boy David Hayter, who plays Solid Snake, wrote the script for Watchmen. It was my favorite comic book movie of all time. I think I kind of moved it in the third place with Infinity War and Endgame taking over that spot. But maybe like a year from now, Watchmen will take over again. So I really love that movie. I just think the meaning behind Watchmen, it's just so good. The cinematography is good. The script's good. The music is good. Just the meaning behind it. Like, I can so identify with Dr. Manhattan, where he's like, I'm tired of these people. I'm tired of dealing with the entanglements of their everyday life. I like when he goes to Mars and he tells Silk Spectre, he's like, it's so beautiful up here. Tell me, how could this be improved by a shopping mall? And I feel that way so much. Like, you go up the street and you have this nice countryside where I live, and then you look over to the right and they completely just tear down and burn all these trees so they can put a fucking Starbucks. I'm sitting there going like, what the fuck are we doing with this planet? Are we just fucking shitting on this planet just for the fact to fucking shit on it? Like, you're gonna get rid of all these fucking trees that produce oxygen, right? The shit that we breathe on our planet, for a fucking Starbucks. Like, we don't have enough fucking Starbucks in the world. We have to add another goddamn fucking Starbucks. Fuck trees. We don't need to breathe. We need more caffeine. So I really relate with Dr. Manhattan's idea and thinking of humanity. It's like, there's several times I look at humanity, I'm like, we all need to be wiped off the planet of the earth. We are the most awful, godforsaken species that has ever walked the planet Earth. Like, we are all, like there's so much racism and hatred and so much disgusting. We slaughter each other. We rape each other. We steal. We use profanity. Yes, there's good in the world, but there's so much bad in the world. Humanity has done nothing but destroyed since humans have walked the planet Earth. We have taken this beautiful planet and turned it in complete shit. And I really relate with Dr. Manhattan's line of thinking. And I like the whole idea of, in order for humanity to be saved from the nuclear destruction, Ozymandias set it up to make the world think that Dr. Manhattan is attacking the world, which then makes the world forget about their petty differences and unite to try to go against Dr. Manhattan. So in essence, he created world peace by killing millions of people. And I love that line where Night Owl was like, you killed millions of people. And Ozymandias was like, to save billions. And I'm like, dude, this is the first time I ever looked at a villain. It was like, I completely understand. And I love the line Dr. Manhattan says, without, condoning or condemning, I completely understand. And I'm like, dude, this movie has so many fucking layers. And then what really capped it off was, you have this character, Rorschach, who believes doing the right thing is doing the right thing. And like, everybody agrees they're going to be quiet about this matter, because if everybody finds out Ozymandias set up Dr. Manhattan, the world will go right back into nuclear destruction. And everybody agrees, and Rorschach's like, that's not who I am. And he goes out, and Dr. Manhattan confronts him, and he's like, what's one more body? I'm going to talk. I'm not going to stay silent about this. What's one more body against the millions? And he begs. Dr. Manhattan's like, do it. And it's such a good movie. I love that movie so much. It's so deep. It's so layered. I love Alan Moore's Watchmen comic. I watched the movie a bunch of times. I watched the motion comic. I read the comic. I own all the issues of the comic. So to get back to your original question, who was Robert Summers with your super chat. What do I think about the trailer? I am very much looking forward to it because it's a sequel to Watchmen. Now, whether or not it's a sequel to the comic book or a sequel to the movie, we don't know yet. But we know that Jeremy Irons is playing Adrian, who is Ozymandias many years later, and there's a cult of Rorschach because, you know, at the end of the movie, Rorschach put his journal in the newsroom, and obviously, you know, that one guy was looking at his journal at the end. So there's going to be this cult of people, Rorschach, who probably know what Ozymandias has done, and we don't know what's going on with Ozymandias. Are we going to see a night, like an older Night Owl, an older Silk Spectre? Is there going to be Dr. Manhattan? I think we're going to see Dr. Manhattan, but I think he might show up at the season finale, and I like the idea of what happens next with Watchmen. Like, we know it's just a temporary piece. What's going to happen next with Watchmen? I thought the trailer was interesting. To be honest with you, other than Ozymandias, I don't know who any of the other characters are. I don't know if they're new characters. Hey, Roger's in here. What's up, Roger? Fucking crazy bastard. I haven't seen you ever. Do you think they will Invincible movie or maybe a TV series? I need to read Invincible again. Yeah, my days suck, dude. Roger, I miss you so much, man. You need to come in and see me once in a while, man. I haven't seen you in months. But yeah, there's actually a movie being produced of Invincible, which is Seth Rogen and that one guy, I forgot, something Goldberg, is producing and writing it. Also, Amazon Prime has a Invincible TV show coming out, and Glenn is playing Mark Grayson. It's an animated show, which I think is great for Invincible because it's so violent. So Glenn is going to be playing Mark Grayson, which I think is amazing because I like him as an actor. So I think it's going to be so good. I really wish they would bring back the comic book. Like, I've been itching to read it again. I didn't like the last issue. I know you didn't read it yet because you used to read my issues. But yeah, I didn't like the last issue at all. I think they really kind of dropped the ball with it. How people complain about Game of Thrones this year, feeling like everything's been rushed. I felt like the last 5 or 6 issues of Invincible was just rushed because they took so long building this Voldemort war, and then at the end it's like, oh no, this is gonna happen. These characters die, and it just felt rushed, and I didn't like what they did. And it's so easy for them to come back and bring back Invincible, and I wish they would. But definitely keep an eye on for that animated show that comes out, I believe, either the end of this year or the beginning of next year, but keep an eye out on that, and it's good to hear from you, Raj. But back to the Watchmen TV show, I am very much looking forward to it. Very much looking forward to it. I want to see what the next chapter is with Watchmen. I know DC is doing the whole Doomsday Clock where Dr. Manhattan created the New 52 and all this stuff. I'm going to read all that once it gets put on the streaming service. But I want to see more with this show. Are they going to do, Dr. Manhattan? I think they're going to have Dr. Manhattan show up. It'll be awesome if they get the same guy from the movie, since Dr. Manhattan doesn't age. And I want to see the next chapter of Watchmen. I think it's cryptic. Don't know a whole lot going on other than the Rorschach cult and, Ozymandias, but I'm really curious to see what's going to happen. So thank you so much, Robert Summers, for the super chat, my friend. I think I'm going to take a few more questions and probably end it for the night because I actually have to start getting stuff packed here. I got some stuff packed, but not a lot. So I'll take like 2, maybe 3 more questions if you guys want to send them in, and then we'll go ahead and end it for the night. Also, I just want to take this time to seriously thank each and every one of you for your super chat donations. It means a lot. It really does. Especially after the day I had. Once again, I can't do this without your support on the channel. You guys keep the channel constantly growing. It really does. And within the next couple months, while I'm trying to get this whole car thing situated, I just ask you guys to kind of just bear with me because I might be in a cranky mood every now and then because I got a lot of stuff on my mind. But I will be getting that P.O. box. I guarantee you. I promise I'll get the P.O. box because so many of you guys have been asking me about the P.O. box. And I promise that on the 22nd, I will go down to the post office and try to get that taken care of. So, yeah. But, all All right, guys, I think that's going to be it, unless we have some more questions coming in. Let me check here. Charles writes, would you like to see a Zorro film or a new version of The Shadow? Not a new version of Shadow. I would like to see a new Zorro film. I heard they were making one, but it's going to be like this futuristic Zorro. I don't want to see a futuristic Zorro. I used to watch Zorro all the time back in the day, like the old black and white Zorros, dude. Like, I used to be like the little fat-ass idiot running around with the fucking mask going, you know, like an idiot. But, yeah, so I was one of those guys. So I would be up for seeing another Zorro movie, just depending on who would be cast as Zorro. So anyway, guys, that's all for tonight. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming out, checking out the live stream. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And as always, until next time, I am Robert Storms, and that's my opinion. Good night, everybody.